Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're going to be looking at the RX 9070 XT ASUS TUF edition of the card. We're going to be looking at the performance and the quiet BIOS. We're also going to be looking at the build quality of the card, the features that it has. Also, I'm going to put all the specs in the description below for you guys to see. And also stick around to the conclusion of the video, guys, because I'm going to tell you if I recommend this GPU or not as well. So, alright guys, so this card has a performance and a quiet BIOS switch. Make sure to restart the PC after switching the BIOS. Card's weighing in at 1,462 grams, which is 3.2 pounds. This card is measuring at 33 centimeters long, which is 13 inches. Card is 12.5 centimeters wide, which is 4.9 inches. We have a HDMI 2.1B and we have DisplayPort 2.1A. We have 3 of them. To power this GPU, you're going to need 3 8-pin PCIe connectors. This GPU also has 3 LEDs to indicate that the cable is plugged in. Alright guys, let's get to the specs here. So we have 4096 shading units. We have a boost clock of 3080 megahertz. We have a 256-bit BIOS memory interface. We have 60 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory. We have a 20 gigabyte per second memory speed. We have 64 RT cores, and ASUS also suggests the 850 watt power supply. This card is 3.1 slots wide. Okay, so we're on the ASUS website here, and we can see that the GPU has military grade components. I don't know, it's just marketing probably, but it's still really decent stuff, so you know, it's good to see. We also have a PCB coating here, which is really good to see, guys, because not a lot of companies do this, but it's really good. Just pretend like, for example, like a bug flies into your GPU or something and just splatters across the PCB. You know, if it has this coating, you're going to be completely fine, but without that coating, it can cause a short. So, you know, it's a really good thing that they add it into this GPU, and they also add it to the ASUS Astral cards and all that. So it's really good to see that they add in this PCB coating in here. Also, we do have a phase change GPU pad as well. Most companies do use it as well, so really nice to see as well. Of course, the Duo BIOS that I was talking about before, the 3.1 slot design here, and also it does use Axle Tech fans here. ASUS claims that it gives you 31% more airflow than a standard fan. Here again, we can see that it shows off the military grade components here. So ASUS says that the 5K black metallic capacitors provide a 52% wider temperature tolerance here and a 2.5 longer lifespan here. Here's the phase change GPU pad that it shows, and also the PCB coating here that I was talking about a minute ago. And also the fans have a dual ball bearing, so that's really good to see as well. ASUS is talking here about a max contact design here. Apparently it gives you a 2-degree lower temperatures here, which is of course nice to see as well. And also it does feature flow-through design as well here, so you know, for extra cooling, that's really good to see as well, guys. Also, ASUS adds a GPU guard adhesive on the corners of the GPU, basically to prevent it from cracking and stuff. So I've not seen that before, to be honest. So that's a really nice thing to see as well. For the price that you pay for these cards, it's really nice to see. And of course, it supports GPU Week 3, so it's a nice piece of software. I'm using it with my Astral card as well, so I have to say it's really good here. So yeah. Also, I forgot to mention this card does have a metal backplate, and also ASUS did put thermal pads on the back of the backplate, so it actually does dissipate some heat from the PCB, which is really good to see because a lot of companies don't do that. So I'm really happy to see that ASUS has actually done it. Here we have the RX 9070 XT Power Color HELLHOUND edition of the card on the top, and on the bottom we have the RX 9070 XT ASUS TUF edition of the card here. Here we can see the cards from the sides. We got the HELLHOUND card on the left side, and we have the TUF card on the right side. Quite a significant size difference here, as you guys can see. Here are all the PC specs on the screen alongside with my recording PC, my capture card, and my monitor that I'm using. We'll have all of them in the description below for you guys to see. Alright guys, so we're in The Last of Us Part 2 here. We're on the performance BIOS, and after 15 minutes here, we're seeing a 57-degree temperature on the core, an 89-degree temperature on the memory temp here, have a 1700 RPM fan speed, and we're getting around 110 FPS here. We're getting a 3000 megahertz GPU core clock as well. Also, guys, we are pulling 330 watts here. Also, guys, I do recommend undervolt on this GPU because I have done an undervolting video on this GPU, not the specific model here, but on the 9070 XT Hellhound model that I have. Do check it out, guys, because you can literally lower the power draw by 100 watts and you can maybe lose 3 or 4 FPS, and the card is so much more silent and you're pulling 100 watts less. So okay, guys, so here we have the silent BIOS in The Last of Us Part 2. The game's been running for around 15 minutes here, and we're seeing around 4-degree difference in the core here, around 3 to 4 degrees on the memory temp here as well, around 400 RPM less here on the silent BIOS as well, and we're seeing around the same power draw as well, so power draw hasn't changed, and the performance hasn't changed as well, and we're still seeing the same clock speed basically as well. I would just say to stick on the performance BIOS, guys, because you get better memory temps, and also it wasn't that much louder than it is now. So I have to say that on 1600 RPM that it was running before on the performance BIOS, it was still not too loud, guys, compared to other cards I have tested. So that's still a really good result here. Right, guys, so we're in The Last of Us Part 2 here. We have 4K max settings, FSR on quality here. I do have FSR 4 on enabled here as well. So we got the RX 9070 XT TUF Gaming on the left side, and we have the RX 9070 XT Hellhound on the right side. We're seeing around 5 to 6 degree difference between these two cards on the core here, and we're seeing around 2-degree difference on the memory temp here as well. I have noticed that the TUF Gaming does have a higher RPM though, so the difference in the temperature, like, it is quite significant, but it is around 500 RPM higher on the TUF here. So right, so we have FORZA Ryzen 5 ultra settings, we got TAA on as well, and we're seeing around a 10-degree difference here in this game for some reason in the core temperature here. So we're also seeing around a 400 RPM difference between these two cards. The TUF has a 400 RPM higher fan speed here, and the FPS is exactly the same as you guys can see. Also, I've noticed that the TUF is pulling around 15 watts more than the Hellhound model here. The memory temps here seem to be better on the TUF Gaming again as well. Around 5 degrees difference here, and also the core clock here on the TUF is a little bit higher, but you know, it's not really a big difference here. Right, so we have The Last of Us Part 1 here, 4K ultra, FSR on quality here, FSR 4 is on as well. We're seeing around 8 degrees 7 to 8 degrees difference here between the TUF and the Hellhound here. We're getting around the same FPS as well. We're getting the same core clocks, and we're seeing around 400 RPM difference between these two cards again. We're also seeing around a 3 to 4 degree difference on the memory temp as well. We're also seeing that the TUF card is pulling 15 to 20 watts more than the Hellhound model here. Right, lastly we have Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl. We're playing with 4K, high settings, FSR on quality here. I do have FSR 4 enabled as well. We're seeing around 6 to 7 degrees difference between the two cards here. The TUF is running around 600 RPM higher fan speeds though, so you know, the 6 degrees here is because of that probably. But it does have a bigger heatsink as well, so the TUF is pulling around 15 to 20 watts more. So it seems to be like the other games as well. Also, the memory temperatures seem to be around the same on this game. So, I mean, 1 to 2 degrees difference basically. I don't know, it really does depend here. But clocks here seem to be the same as well, like on the other games. Right, guys, so we're at the conclusion now, and I think it's a really high quality GPU, guys. Honestly, like, has really good temps. The PCB coating that they've added here, alongside with the quality and build quality of the whole card, is really good, guys, honestly. And also the thermal pads that they added on the back of the backplate, I'm really happy about that, because generally not a lot of companies do that. They all just cheap out on it. I know this model is not an MSRP model. I know it's a really expensive model, but you know, the fact that they still cared and they put the thermal pads at the back is really, I'm really happy to see that, because generally a lot of companies just don't do that. So yeah, it's just overall really high quality card. I think if you can get it for a good price, like I managed to get a really good deal on this card as well, so I'm really happy about that as well. But I managed to literally get it for the same price as I got my Hellhound, so getting this card was a no-brainer for me. So for the normal price that it costs, I can see why some people might not want to get it, just because it's, you know, it's quite expensive. If you pay like, I think it's like £750 that you can get it for in the UK. I'm not sure how much it is in the US. It is a really expensive model, so I can understand people that don't want to spend extra on this card, especially when the Hellhound model here is performing really well as well. So let me know in the comments below if you guys would want to see like a head to head between these two cards, like put like 1200 RPM on both of the cards, run them for like 15 minutes straight on each game, and see what card has the best temps, running the same RPMs on the fans, maybe something like that. Let me know if you guys would want to see something like that. And yeah, these videos take really a long time to make, guys, so please subscribe, comment, guys. Let me know what review you would want to see next. I'm probably going to do the 5060 next, so yeah, let me know in the comments below, guys. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what I can improve on, and I'm signing out, guys. Thank you for watching.